show on Ori 94 point. Don't mind me 5 FM, but this is the TV. This is Orange Channel 59 and also on Star Times channel 112. My name is Esther. And don't mind me. I'm a radio player, so it's always like that. Like, you know what we do here? We talk about issues that concern the young people. And today, we're actually drifting. Like, today I'm not coming to motivate you to become, a businessman or something. We're discussing sports. We're talking about the business opportunities in other areas of sport aside football. Because when you just mention sport, what comes to the mind of every young person is football. Do you know that there are opportunities in cricket and hockey and volleyball and all that, and you can have it here, even if you're resident in your state? Okay, I have a wonderful guest in the studio with me. This person is a seasoned sportsman. Like, when I mean season, like season with salt, man, so, like I do, I like them to introduce themselves by themselves. They all come up to the program, sir.
Thank you, Esther.
So can we get to know you?
Well, my name is Honorable Rodney Tony Ajelu, and I'm just a sportsman, like you have said.
He's not just a sportsman. He's not just a sportsman. Can we just get to know your...
So, Chief Coach, Imo State Cricket, Chairman, Imo State Cricket Association too. One time a Commissioner for Youth and Sports, and one time former National Coach for Nigerian Women Cricket. One time member Imo State Cricket Association in the Southeast and in the National Board. I'm a resource person also for the National Sports Commission.
Yeah, he's a one-time player. One time. There's many one times. Okay, let's just get straight to the point.
Yeah.
When I mean his season, he knows about sports, both in practical, in the political part of which he has done everything. So he's just the right person to help us to drive this point home. So wherever you are, just sit tight. So don't enjoy something. We're discussing the opportunities in sport as a young person aside football. You understand? We're not discussing football today because I want everybody to know about it. So, sir, why is it that when we mention sport, young people think it's just football? Football is just the only sport.
No, football is not the only sport. Like in Imo State now, Imo State we have almost 35 sports that are being carried out by the state. So it's not, football is just one of these 35 sports. So we have cricket, volleyball, handball, basketball, lawn tennis, table tennis, taekwondo, badminton, so many, chess, squash, even this ncho. It's being competed at the national level, draft, traditional wrestling, so many. So we have 35 sports that are registered with the Imo State Sports Commission, and they compete in all of them.
Okay, people are competing in all of them. Are your people also competing in this, like the intro you're talking about?
Yes, they do. And there is a coach there at the Nanyam Stadium. And these 35 sports, like I've mentioned, have their coaches and have their associations in the sports council.
Are they as lucrative as football? Because that's the problem.
Well, they are not lucrative because everybody, like you said, when they talk about sports, everybody looks at football. Football is not the only sport. And so these sports have been there. The players, the athletes are over there, and it's just that people don't know about them, and people haven't given themselves chances to try it out. So, but all these sports are there in the stadium.
When I talk about being lucrative, I'm talking about financial advantages, opportunities in. Okay, for instance, let's drive it home to your sport. Aside from when I was looking for a resource person in sport to come on this program, I used to hear about cricket, but for me it's not a big deal. And from you were telling me something that cricket is as watched as football, I'll be more watched than football.
Yeah, football. Yes, that is true. And so many other games. There's opportunities. A lot of opportunity for young lads. One thing that youths have not is the parents cage the youth into thinking that is all study, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a this. Sports is something that is natural. You have not tried what God has endowed you with, natural. You have not tried it. We are looking at what we can acquire, which is the book, be a doctor, be a pilot, If you go to sports is something that when you go and try it, how to play table tennis, how to play the chess, how to play so many of the cricket. Like when I came back and I trained 2 boys, I told them if you are consistent and you mean business, you play for Nigeria. And did they do? They played. They played for Nigeria. They even played more than expectation. They qualified Nigeria for under 19 and they went. The boy, his father is in government secondary school here. And he grew up there. He comes to where we play, and I tell him, because of the enthusiasm, he can play. He started playing, and today he's playing for Nigeria. He's making money. He's almost carrying the family. Like the World Cup, he went and came back. I know what he can afford for the family. And these are opportunities. And he's just a student who is just finishing in government secondary school. So there's opportunities, not only in football. Like cricket, like I said, like basketball, like hockey, rugby. You can't believe rugby is being played, but you can't find anybody coming because the coach is there. Our youths are not looking at that aspect, that there is great opportunities in sports. You make money in sports. Every parent wants his child to be a successful person. If it is not in reading, it could be in sports that you're still successful. You're still known in the world. Tony Joshua, who cares about whether he took his WAEC or not? But he's a world champ. And he's making money in millions. So, what is life all about than being successful?
Okay, now, you're talking about rugby and rugby. I don't know how you call it.
Rugby.
Yes. And then cricket and volleyball and hockey and all that. Okay, badminton, for instance.
Yeah.
Some young people, okay, you're like saying talents, sports talents are inborn.
Yeah.
Some people don't even know what it is in playing like badminton. You have never seen it today. So what you cannot just see, you've never seen whether the ball
or the racket or the shuttle.
So from where will your brain as a young person, how can the young person's brain now start adapting to the fact that I have badminton skill? How can they do that?
I think
from football that they can go and buy
what it means, you know, at every side street for clean up days, you see small boys playing, so you can always catch up. Just play the ball around, turn around. No, it is the same thing on other sports. Give yourself a chance. You don't know whether you can do it till you try it.
No, you're not getting my point. I'm not talking about giving chance.
No. How do you know you have it?
Good. How can they know?
Now, the only way you can know you have it, or is inborn, or you have any skills or talent that God has given you inborn for playing badminton, which is not yet developed, is only when you try to go and play badminton. So what you have to do is, the Dan Anyam Stadium is there. There is coaches for these 35 sports. They are organizing secretaries there. There are sessions standing. So you just walk up. And you don't need to pay anybody any money to get there and say, I want to play tennis or I want to try a lock in my badminton. If the coach gives you a chance, what the coach does is to look whether you have those skills inborn. Once he sees the way you're holding your racket, because he will just teach you an upper, hold it like this and play it across this way. He will sit back to watch you. There are some moves that come natural, which is the moves he's going to teach you as a coach. And you already beating it without even having any game. This is your first time. He now knows that you are inborn. So all he needs is to brush you out and bring out that thing. And that thing you do it casually. You even do it when you're ordinarily throwing something at home. But you don't know that is the best techniques for playing badminton. And if you have it, you are almost a champion. Okay. But how will you know?
Okay, so now I think the solution to this is for all these sports that are not so celebrated, they are celebrated like that are not so popular here in our own part of the world. If you want to go and check out whether you have a talent for them, because you might not know, because some of us have not, like the hockey. Yeah. Some people have not even seen the
hockey stick.
What they call what they wear?
The jersey and padded and so on.
Some people have not even set their eyes. Like since they were born, they've not said anything like that. And I'm here trying to tell you that you can go and play hockey. So for you out there who have not seen, you've not heard, but you just know, or you just want to go and check, the best bet for you is to go to any stadium around it, because all our viewers are
better. Okay,
so now let's go ahead to the next one now. We're talking about opportunities other than football. You understand? Now, for some people in the remote area, we're talking about that can play some of these things locally. How can they access opportunities and then grow?
Now, like those in the remote areas, cycling. Okay, we have the normal sports cycling bikes, which have gears and every other to make it easier for you. But our local bike, which is hard, whether hill or you don't have any gear, and they do ride it on a regular basis for miles and kilometers and so on. Have you tried out the sports bike? And you see that you can even ride this one to Aba and come back. With the gears now, lessening and changing it to suit your. The other one is a local bike that doesn't have all these things. And you can make it at a number of times, run to that market and come back, carrying a heavy load. Have you tried the bike? There's money in cycling. Local wrestling, now traditional wrestling is accredited with the National Sports Festival. That you can do at home. This in town we are saying, you don't need to come to stadium to play it. The small kids are playing it at home already. There's so many other traditional sports that those at the community level can do. You understand? Boxing. You have weightlifting. You're already going to the bush and after cutting your firewood, nobody is there to help you. You will lift 10 kg and put on your head. You call it firewood. That 10 kg is like almost half bag of rice. You just lift like that and put on your head. When you start quantifying it, you see that what that man is lifting to break a world record and winning millions of naira is what you lift on a daily basis inside the farm. But nobody told you that you have that skill even to lift it. Because the lifting is, you do the lifting, nobody helps you. So, but inside that bush, you load your palm fruits and can lift it alone there. I put it on head and go home. So what, after training you, why can't you do it?
So it's, there's some young people that I see them do some kind of business, like their job is to help offload things from trailers to warehouse. You have a sports job for you.
Honestly, yeah, when I was commissioner, those who went for Paralympics, the disabled who went for Paralympics at Brazil, they came back breaking world record. What do they lift? Lifting something. They're disabled. And they can lift and come down. And they're breaking world record. Nigeria, Imolites. Wow. They came back, one broke a world record. And I was happy that because I told the governor, you must reward them for that good, to encourage others. He gave one a plot of land, gave them cars and gave them cash. To encourage others. What is in lifting? You understand? You go there, one trailer load, you see 5 people who say, leave this 600 bags of cement. And within 2 hours, it is all gone. So we carry 3 bags of cement. What's the weight of cement? And what are they lifting to break this world record? You will see that the 2 bags is bigger than that. And then you are lifting it on a regular basis and only earning 200 or 300 naira at most. When you can break a world record and start earning millions. So there's opportunity in sports. I think that the sports is one area that the youth have not really looked at. I think I blame the parents because most parents won't want, if you start playing, they say, it seems you are a useless boy, go and read. Everything is not all about reading. There's talent you can find in sports and make your family proud. Ian, who knows about him? He was playing very close here. Till one day he got that opportunity. Who knows he can start making that millions because it's football and there's so many. So that those opportunities you find in football, you can still find them in all these sports. You sure you are good.
What about the politics in sport? Because it's not about saying, come, you have talent, we have some of us have done some kind of thing, you understand? You say, come. And they are so willing, they'll now go to that 9 AM stadium as you have said. Like they want to be like that. Or they'll go to the stadium around them. And then when they now go there, they'll start hearing some kind of story. How can they overcome them?
I think meet the coach. A coach doesn't play politics with his job. You are trained to coach people. So once a coach sees you, you go to that coach. I want to try badminton, for instance, or I want to play cricket. You come. We play every Saturdays at government secondary school. You're free, you come. You want to learn. I'll leave those who are training to come and give you and tell you, look at what is in it in the game. You try it out, and after the end of the day, I'll tell you, say, I'm seeing some good signs that you can play better if only you make our time. That is all. The coach will not tell you, and if a good coach sees those potential, he will not let you go. Because he will want to also enjoy the glory if he become a world champion or a national champion. I trained him out, So when he sees it, definitely every coach would like to capitalize on it. But they're not seeing now. It's like, how will I say, it's like a doctor going out with bell. Who is sick? Even if you're sick, I said, this is going to be a quack doctor. How can they be coming out to ring him bell? So those coaches cannot come out looking for you to come and do it. But if you come and they see it, and that, because one thing with sports is that you must have that passion. You must kind of have the passion that I want to do this. So if the coach sees that passion and sees these small skills in you, definitely the sky is your limit. And I'm telling you, in 1 year you can always make it in sports. How? National festival now is around the corner. Like if you say you want to start cricket, okay, you start training now. Before the end of this year, you must have gotten enough ideas of what cricket is. Definitely by 6 months, 7 months, there must be a tournament I as a coach would like to expose you so that you see the real game. You play it and come back, and now you now see your mistakes. You have seen the game being played at the mature side, and now you see this thing I've been telling you now, you need to go further. I don't even need to, you will come and say, coach, that thing you're stopping here, people were playing up to that. I said, hey, I was stopping here because you were looking tired. So you see where they play up to. The passion is coming. And if you can play to that place, you know that is what is winning the game. So you have this thing inside you that I can do it. So the coach now guides you. You see that in the next 6 months to 1 year, you're playing that competition again. You're not going to look like that amateur like last time. And if you are really determined and you have a coach who will package you well, you'll be surprised. Some make it at the second trial. The first one was just to go there and see what is happening. This second trial, you're winning it. And once you win it at a national level, my friend, you're coming out to represent the country. And it is the same game that you're going to do, whether it's in Africa or in the globe. All you need is now keep improving. How much are you paid? Money is being paid. Being in national camp, you are paid. You're like a Nigerian, you are paid in dollars. Once you are representing Nigeria, they don't pay you in naira. Once you're leaving the country, you are being paid in dollars, and it's some money. You should know that. And it's on daily record. So you can go out and represent Nigeria once for a tournament and come back, you have some $5,000. You should know what difference it can make in the home. And you never spend, what are you spending? One small short that you call a JC, or one small singlet and a canvas. That's all that is giving you that money. And just your strength and talent and so on. So you see that it's easier. Even sports than reading.
No.
Sorry, because you have to be educated, yes. You have to be educated. But sometimes we need to ask ourselves, our youth, if I become a doctor, am I going to make it? It's not all doctors are making it.
Okay, I think, see, because I don't want to like discourage you. I don't want to discourage you. Young people don't even read. But when you're now telling them, like when you're like, I just looking at them. Like, what I mean is that they don't want to talk more of when you're not telling them you can succeed with that. That means you just want people to just go blank. Okay. So, okay, now, so I think the problem why some parents try to stop some young people from going into sports, because that's the problem they have, the challenge most young people have, is this getting your education. So how can a young person balance education and their sporting talent?
Yeah, I think the government has to come into this point. Like most states in Nigeria that are making it in sports, one, they have moved from councils to commission. One, they have sports academies. The fear of most parents is that I don't want my boy to go and start playing cricket now and he's not reading. He won't take his WAEC. No. In short, leave the cricket and play and go and read. Now, the sports academy creates a room where you'll be doing the sports, you'll be reading your books. Now, the educational calendar here changes, that they're in their own dormitory. So if you train in the morning 7 to 9 o'clock, you go and bath, eat, have a rest. Your own classes starts by 10. Unlike the regular people who have gone to school by 7 or 8. Now, when you take yourself to 2 o'clock, you stop to go for your lunch, take your siesta, go for evening training, come back by 6, take your bath, eat your 9, 8 o'clock. You start your program again. You can do another 2-3 classes, 8:30 in the night to maybe 10 o'clock. You take your other lessons you have missed in the morning at the class. So you don't lose at any side. And then it doesn't mean that any person who does sports is a dunce. No, it's the first thinking of most people. that because you like football, you like every time you're in the stadium, you're a dunce. No, it's not. But that person is trying to exhibit a natural likeness for something.
Are your children in sport? Is any of the child playing any?
Yeah, my son is playing. He played for Nigeria. He has played for Nigeria in cricket for under 19. So the two small ones are playing cricket too. My two little boys are still playing cricket. It's only the I'm sorry to say, it's only the female, the three girls that are there are not doing anything, any sports. But I've been pushing them to tell them they feel it is hey, muscles will come after my body. No. When you really look at sports, there's nothing like your muscles will come out, my body, my figure will change. No, it doesn't work that way. Go and meet any person. Even to be healthy, they tell you to go and do sports. To be more lively, you do sports.
Okay. You know what? I asked you that question because I want to know how have you been able to strike the balance with your son who is playing the cricket nationally and how are you doing it?
Well, because I saw a future in his cricket career, and like basics, he should have a future in his education career. So, one, you can't eat your cake and have it. You can't be up and down at the same time. So what I did for him, I said, do you still want to play cricket? He said yes. I said, now, if you're going to play for Nigeria, it means you're going to drop down 1 year, because there's no academy, so there's no way you can do the two combination at the same time. He said, it's fine. It's your choice to choose. It's your choice. So he said he wanted to play for Nigeria. I said, okay. He went, played for Nigeria, came back, and it made him lose 1 year. He's in poly. You understand? Now, because he's in his final, he's trying to finish, I told him, forget playing this competition they want to go, this donor they want to go, forget it. So that while you're missing just one festival and get this certificate. When you get it, you still play it next year.
Okay, every year there are always opportunities.
There's always opportunity. Tournaments, individual sports have a calendar, which they have 2, 3, 4 competitions to do in a year, and then you come to put it at the national sports is in 2 years, every 2 years, and then the Olympics is in 4 years. The African is in 2 years. So you can, if you start now and start training, like I said, in 2 years you can represent Nigeria. Depending on the determination. If you train, get the 1 year, go to some interstate championship within a year, perfect yourself. If normally they have this state sports festival that happens yearly, you can go to the state sports festival. You become a champion for your state. You almost position for yourself to represent the state in the national. So in 1 year's time, when you pick up this championship, that's the 2 years that is getting the national festival. You are there to represent your state. And if you win, you are a national champion. Now, the national champion, from there is where they pick up the people who go for the African Games.
From there,
you are going. And once you start talking about go and represent Nigeria, I say your money goes in foreign currency.
And you now finally
you have arrived.
Don't make camp.
You have arrived.
Also make camp in the sporting world by at least going for all those sports that people are not so aware of. At least we found. Well, what I can get from what you said is that for people that want to go into sport, there are some level of sacrifice you have to make in your education. From what you said, because I just asked about your son.
Yeah.
You can't just have it, but you just have to make some inputs. Now, there's another notion about sports people. The fact that some people say that sports people are not morally disciplined. Some parents don't like young people going into it.
No, I can't. I won't agree. I won't agree to that, because like cricket, I play. Cricket is. I would say cricket has the highest rate of discipline. Cricket is the only game, and some other games of it's like it's the only game where you can. I and my son can play in a team. You can play. You can play. A boy can play with his. A student can play with his teacher. You can play with your lecturer. Cricket has this high standard of discipline where you don't argue over decisions. You don't argue. If you let's go back and check when you give somebody, say be a sportsman. Why do you say be a sportsman? Because a sportsman, when you are a sportsman, you have already cushioned yourself to accept success or failure, yes or no. Every sportsman, when you get that, it gives you the mind to stand. So when you go for anything and fail, happily accept your failure, go back and know where you made those mistakes, and come back again, you win it. So sports even promotes this courage you can always give to any person in life, that you will fall, you get up. The getting up is what matters.
So when I'm talking about morals here, because these are young people, you're talking to them, and I just want them to get all the advantage you can get from today's situation. What about the fact that they say, okay, by the time they start going for all the go to camp, some parents will say, you're not going to start smoking and drinking and doing this and that. Forget about the moral training, because you're trained to camp. You must train yourself. That's what I'm talking about, their morality.
Yeah, that side is also secured. When you are in camp, you have what we call the camp commandant. You have a lot of people who are there. That side, that immorality side is always coming from the background. Once somebody comes from a good home, after training, the coach tells you, after training, go and take a bath, eat your food, go and rest. So, if you come from a good home that you believe in instructions, after the training, you eat your food, take your shower, you go and rest. Lie down on your bed. It's those who don't come where they believe there is laws and rules and regulations, that after this training, will sneak out again to go behind the hostel and follow others who will smoke, and those are bad eggs. So, like I said before, most times when it concerns the youth, it's the upbringing. You exhibit what you have, and if you don't have it and wish to acquire it, I'm sure that not looking at other fellow youths who are on the right track can change you morally. So morally, those who are coming from a bad home, you always exhibit that. But if not, the sports cannot allow you to become bad.
Okay, that's because we're actually running out of time, and that's really what I'm understand. So before we get out of here, I would like you to, in a nutshell, how can just wrap it up with solutions for those that are fighting it, you understand, fighting. I don't know whether I should go into sports. Is this what I can do? What are your advice to them and your word of encouragement to parents so that they can actually make use of the opportunities?
Yeah, thank you very much, Esther. I think this is a good one. For the youths, listen, don't limit yourself. I will say that, don't limit yourself. You are like an elastic. It depends where you want to take yourself to. So don't say it's all about books. Don't limit yourself to anything. Your life, any person who makes it in life is somebody who have this mind to explore. So try it out. Those who want to, what is happening, I want to know. What is happening, I want to know. You see them going far. So try out sports. You will see that it might be the solution to what you have been thinking. So it is not all about that place you're looking. I think sports will give you a wider scope. Sports will give you a shorter time. And if you acquire something in sports, if you know how to play football, even if you stop football and go and read, you will not forget playing football. So it's skills that come into your system. Books are something you can read and acquire. So get the one that and develop the one that is in you that will never diminish, and then you can go for the books that can come. Even if you read for PhD now and go into sports, by the time you finish and do this, you can't even remember what you read in the books. But if you get this one and now start reading to expand yourself, because as you're growing in life, you now expand by education. Then on parents, please stop limiting your children. That what a child is born with is what you can't even tell. So by telling him you must read, you must be a doctor, you must be a teacher, you are limiting that kid to that end. So I think we need to have parents allowing children more rooms to explore. And by that you will know what God has given to that kid.
So now we're rounding up actually. Thank you for the advice you gave. Now, can you just in a step, how can they access opportunities in all the sporting facilities? Like if you're in the rural areas, from where can you go to? And from there to maybe the stadium. I just want to end your time, like you that play cricket and you're coaching cricket. When you're talking, you can just give your venue for here, and also for those who are not in Imo State, how can they access it wherever they are?
Okay. There's so many sports, and you go through, for you to get to any sports, you go through the coach. Now, if you're in the communities, you can go to your local government. There must be a sports organizing secretary there attaching that sports in the sports council. So through him, you make contacts on how to get to the main stadium. Through him, you get contacts to coaches or whichever sports you want to. Then if you're in where you are living very close to a stadium where in the morning the main coaches are there, walk up there, ask for a coach for volleyball, basketball, cricket. This, like cricket is being played in a special kind of pitch. The only pitch we have here in Imo is in government secondary school or wherever, very close to Federal Girls. That's why we have cricket pitch. So they use it too for rugby, or they go out to Port Harcourt. There's swimming. So if you can swim in your local streams, then you can do it. Go ask for the coach and then get to swimming. So many things. There's canoeing. It's in the Olympics.
I used to.
And so that is, and you go to River State, you go to Bayelsa, you see so many youths, even the time with they swim and do everything. Did they know that they can win the world champion? The highest gold medals of any like Olympics, you find it in the swimming. The number of gold, I think they have the highest number of golds. I think 40-something golds in the swimming cadre. This backstroke, front stroke, freestyle, this one, that one. So if you start winning, watch in swimming, you see somebody winning 8-9 gold medals. Why? Because he did front stroke, he got medal. He went back roll, he got medal. so what if you can do it? So you can pick up, and those gold medals go with money attached with it. So I don't think if you're serious, 4 years is every Olympics. And if you have this determination that, my dad, I'm not going to fail you if you give me this opportunity to go into swimming. So 4 years you're in the university doing your degree, and I take 4 years bending as if my own degree is qualified for Olympics. You see I make it, because you come out with your degree looking for a job, I come out with my gold medal getting money.
Wow. That's much you can get from me, but let me just to wrap it up, you understand? What I can get from you is that you just have to be determined to make it in sport. And even if you don't know you have talent in all this, as a Nigerian, as Nigerians that we are, go for sports. And if you're in the rural areas, sporting activities that are normal with you, like carrying of loads, because we do that in the villages, cycling, swimming, canoeing, those ones that it's just like normal routine for you. Go for it, and there are monies attached to it, and just get to any stage around you, and you just find yourself fly. You understand? That's much you can take on today's edition of Generation Next TV show on Orange TV channel 59. I just want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you.
And we hope to bring you back when we meet you again.
I will.
Okay, so that's what you can take on today's edition of Generation Next TV program, where we talk so much about sports. You understand? You don't have any limitation, and if you want to make camp as a young person, in 1 year time, sporting activities is your go-to place. And then if you want to make it internationally, just give yourself 4 years and you'll be in the Olympics. I'll be watching your national and local television, and you make so much money for yourself. So that's what you can take. On behalf of all the wonderful people who work so hard to ensure that today is a success, we say thank you and bye-bye. I hope to see you same time, same station next week. My name is ESTHER.